Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Today I'm going to do part, I believe this is 4 on this page here. I'm going to try to do her hair, little bird, squirrel. I'm hoping to get her all finished today, but who knows. So this is Fairy and Fantasy 5 Gray Scale Coloring Book by Christine Karron. And I'll go ahead and I think start with her hair. Why not? She's a autumn witch, so it's going to be an interesting hair color. I'm going to try to put in a few different shades in here. So we're going to start off with, I think, the Burgundy. So we're going to put the same color that's up here in here. Maybe I'll have to get you down a little closer. Hold on. Okay, we're just going to start with the Burgundy here in the shadowed areas. This is the Holbein Burgundy. And we're going to bring it down a little bit. So how's everybody doing? We do have Rory in my room sleeping on my bed, so it's just a warning in case you hear something. This is her hair back here too, so we're going to darken that. Just turn the pencil and get a sharper edge on that in some areas. Just going to throw that some in there. We're also going to bring a little hair probably down here and maybe one across here. Something like that. I don't know if I should have done that, but we will fix it if we don't like it. We're going to throw a little bit of red violet in here. These are the colors that I used in the berries here. So we're going to throw a little bit of the Indian red. Okay, we're going to try to find a black. I know I have it out here somewhere. Might take me forever. What are you? Black. I'm going to add a little black on this one. Going to take a little bit of the white pit pen and we're going to lighten up that line just to make it have that hair come down that way. Along with that, and maybe a piece here. That will lighten up a little bit. Going to bring in a tiny bit of chocolate. We're going to bring that down. Chocolate is a Holbein. Okay. Tiny bit of Caput mortuum. Darken it under the ladybug and her ear. Okay, now we're going to get a couple of oranges. So I like the Sanguine. Start changing that color. Put a little in here. You're not going to see much of a change on this side. It's tucked over her shoulder. Okay, then we will grab terracotta. Then a little bit of the light yellow ochre. I have to turn the book a little bit so I can get that coloration under her hand. In between her fingers and right up here. Okay, we're going to bring that color up. And I think I have I want that little darker orange down here, so I'm just bringing in the Sanguine again. And bringing it up. Take a little of that Sanguine up at the top up here in her little pieces that are falling down. Okay. Okay, I've grabbed out a couple of Tombow markers. So I have 837, which is kind of a red. 991, which is kind of a cream. And then 993, which is a little oranger. And then 946, which is really orange. So I'm going to start with the redder one. I'm going to use my finger on this. I'm going to take it where it's the darkest here and make a little triangle and pull it down. Here, pull it down. Just to brighten up that color we got going there. Okay, gonna take the lightest color and see how it does down here at the bottom. Go to the next shade up. And then a little bit of this brighter orange lightly in here. Okay, we will grab a ivory pencil and we're just going to go over and add in some highlights in the hair. And then pull back in the Burgundy up at the top. Darken it under the hat as much as we can. We might bring in a little black to do that. Make sure our dark color comes out on these grayer lines that are down here. Bring some hair down here, just because I don't want such a harsh line coming down. So we need another color underneath that little ladybug because it's going to blend right into the coloration here. Let's throw a little dark Naples into the ladybug and just brighten her up on the bottom. Then you can see her just a touch more. And bring the dark color very softly down here. Holding the pencil very far back so it's a light touch of color. Tapping all the pencils that are on the side of the desk. I think that looks pretty cool. Okay, since we've worked on that, let's work on the little bird over here. Bum, bum, bum. I need to find that black pencil again. Okay, chickadee type bird. You can see it, right? Okay, we're going to go around the eye. Bring some of that color down on the beak. Look at the shadow here, since we already have one. Just using that pencil very lightly, barely touching the page. Okay, save that out. We're going to get the ivory here. A little brown. Let's find a brown ochre. I believe this is a wing, so we're going to darken some of this, make it look more like a feather. Bring in the chocolate. Bring back in the brown ochre. I should probably have a little pin feather coming out. So we're going to use the black. And his little beak. And his eye is going to be our glaze pen. And just make a big round dot there. Okay. We've got the squirrel to do, and the squirrel's going to be done in browns. What we have out here. Boom, boom, a little black. Not you, you're not brown. A couple of these. One of them is brown. Okay, we'll start off with the lightest color, which is our brown ochre. Get a whole bunch of little lines going for fluff on his tail and his back. Just put this in softly here. Okay, get a different color. We've got burnt umber. Small little lines. Get another color. Burnt sienna. It's a little red. I need to sharpen that one though. Another brown. I got some bistre here. These are all the browns that I put in the hat, so they'll all be listed. Kind of bring that up. Use it in very soft motion there so we can get a little bit of the color on there before we dash in any more lines. Gonna put in a little bit of Van-Dyck-brown. Darken some areas here. It's dark behind his ears. It's gonna be dark around the tail beginning. Dark right in this little curl. Then bring in some lines. And we'll just see about his little face here. Get a little black nose. If I can find the black. We're going to get out a slice tool if I can find my little pack over here. It's going to help me with a little bit of the fur. If I can find it in here. Boom. That's what it's called. It says it right there. The slice tool. It has a ceramic blade to it. And we're just going to use it to add in a little extra texture here. In order to get those lines, I'm just kind of holding the blade at an angle and I'm using light pressure to get that. Okay, then you wipe away all the excess. Then you can bring in a medium kind of color. I think we'll bring in the burnt sienna. And anywhere you've dented the paper, it will not pick up the pigment. And you can get a little bit better fur-like texture here. And we'll bring in some ivory. And his eye will be done the same way. Hold on a moment. Sorry, I had a phone call. Okay, used the little eraser here just to pick up that cheek just a little bit more there. And maybe just a little right around there in her belly. I think she looks kind of cute. We'll leave her be. Okay, so we got the bird, we got the squirrel, we got her hair. So our clothes is the last thing. I'm trying to decide on a color for that. So we're going to go in with ivory. And we're going to get her cloak here, her neckline, colored in that. Go down, do these light things. Okay, go over that, go over where our little squirrel is. Just going to put this all over the cape. Kind of over everything I colored also, so we can just get a nice base on here. Got some hair strands there I didn't do. I'm going to make this a shirt down here, so I have a pencil. I'm just going to draw in. We got a fluffy collar there. Maybe we'll just make kind of a fluffy something here. Something in that line. Add some skin color above that. Below that, we'll just color in. Just kind of going over the branches. Going to get some color on that too. Get some of those on the little froggy feet. Go right in the sunflower. All right. Got it on the sleeve, and then it kind of comes down there, it kind of comes over here. Boom. Got everything falling here. Just surprised my kitty cat's still asleep. Doing all this talking, you would think she'd get up, but I must have exhausted her this morning when she was playing. Okay, this is the kind of orangish color, so we'll sharpen whatever this is, the Sanguine, and bring down some of that in this hair here that's flying. Okay. Okay. Because we get some hair doing its thing down here. All right. Now, do we want to do it in browns? Do we want to do it in reds? Do we want to do it in greens? Well, we have brown going through here, so we want to be a little careful of that. Want to see it. So we'll bring in whatever this is. Light yellow ochre. Bring that in a shadow. Some of that in her finger. I don't think that's going to matter too much. Now I still have an option of doing this in green or any other color. Got some green yellowish, olive green yellowish. Gonna throw a little green in here. Just bring that green up like a shadow. I think that'll accent these flowers nicely. Little guy's feet here. Just lightly go over the whole thing in this color. Thinking that might be a good color for it. Get the skin colors. Just make that come down a little bit more. I don't even know what colors I did her skin in. This is the Ohuhu Marker R18. And the R19. That looks decent. Okay. We'll get another green out. Might do this with some ink too. Chrome green opaque. Throw a little of that in this little acorn. Just pressing real dark there. Get those lines on her sleeve. Bring some of that color up. Okay. Okay. I'm going to take the pencil and just use the side of this and bring down some lines. Just go over this a few times. You want that underneath the hair shadowed a little bit. And whatever that shirt's doing. Okay, same over here, just getting that color down. Under the collar. And in the sleeve. All right, I'm going to get another color out. We're going to throw some brown in this. We've got some raw umber. This is going to take a while. Brown ochre. Why don't we just bring in some ink, save my hand a little bit. I know I have a little thingy here. Gathered twigs, if you're wondering, is about the same color as the raw umber. You can tell there. This one's just a tiny bit yellower, and it's real close to the other, so it's kind of an ochre color. We're just going to bring some of this in. Start at the bottom and just kind of bring it up. Avoid fingers. Bring it down. Just get a deeper color going here. Then I will get some vintage photo which is more of a sienna color. It's got the red in it, which I'm going to add in there, especially right around that tie. Down at the base, we can go over the mushroom if we want. Sleeve. Right in here. Under the frog. Her hair. This piece of coat over there. That in the squirrel too. And we have a little bit of brushed corduroy. We used all this up in the hat. Throw a little of that in there. Throw a little of that in her hair. Okay. Then we'll wait for that to dry a little bit. I'm going to lighten up these little areas. This is the Holbein 501, soft white. We won't use this, we'll use the white pit pen here. I'm going to lighten these little petals up. Maybe that leaf a little bit, and there's a little leaf here. I'm going to lighten that crease. And there's a crease over here. A little more dots on him. Okay, just lightening up all the little leaves here, so I'll go up and do these. Okay. With that black pen. Well, we did. It's kind of beige. Where did it go? Here it is. Now it's getting dark outside, so it must be getting late. Just going to take that to help define those lines a little. And then I went over some of that hair on her eyelashes, and I kind of want to bring her eyelashes back. I'm going to bring one of these down a little longer. Okay, anything else? Take a little ivory. Sharpen that point up really good, and we're going to go in here. Then just go over that a little bit. Lighten some areas up. Make sure it gets blended really well, all those colors. Okay, make sure we get our little lines. Just a little ivory in there. Ivory on him. Okay, add ivory in her shirt. Okay, then we're going to, oh, I just had it in my head and I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, I'm going to do a little something with that ruffle there. I'm not crazy about it. So we'll just put a few dots in it. It looks straighter. I'm going to trace over some of these lines. Let that be, and then I'll get a black pencil and add in a little thin lines. Had that little ink pad thing here. I'm going to lighten up or darken up some of those white lines I put in, just on the tops of them, the bottoms. Little white down here in our mushroom. Put some dots in it. This is just the soft white again. Just going over a few more of those little petals. Just want them to shine a little bit more. And that means up here too, so I don't miss anybody. Okay. Birdie get a white cheek, and white tummy. Okay. I do not know if I even want to put a background on her. So I'm going to leave her as is. Whew. I mean, I could. Let's see, what do I got inking wise? I'd want some scattered straw probably, which is kind of the light yellow ochre color, and a green, deep colored green. Don't know if I want it that dark. I'm looking. I've got a lot of ink here. I don't think pine needles. This is kind of a nice one, but I'm thinking this one. So something in that line. Okay, need to get a ink pad. This is going to be a long video, isn't it? Okay, that one will work. That one's blue. Oh, here's a green one. Awesome. Okay, we have green and I don't know what color that is. We're going to go in with the scattered straw first, which is the kind of yellow color. I could probably get you up for this, so hold on. Okay, we just put some on and find a spot. It's a good one. Just add some of that in there. Put some up here. Here. Around our froggy. I'm going to have to put some more ink in this ink pad. Okay. Pretty sure I have a refill for that one. Peeled paint. I'll get this green one out. We'll also check and see what it's going to do, because I have some dark color on there. I don't like that dark color. So I'm taking that pad off and I'm going to get a new pad. Bought myself some new pads. Okay, so we're just going to get the peeled paint on there, which is just a soft green. Put it down here. It mixes really well with the scattered straw. Put a little of that in her coat too if you want. Why not? A bit in the froggy even. Darken that corner. We'll put a little up here. Bring it right into the tree. Or her hat, which is kind of a tree trunk. And over here by the birdie. And if we put it over here, it'll kind of look like her sleeve doesn't go off into wherever land. And just a little out here. A little on our snail. That looks good enough there. I'm not sure about this color, so we're going to leave forest moss out of it. We're going to spray a little water on it. You got to be careful in these books if you're going to put water on here, because it will crinkle the paper up really quick. Oh, Well, hold on, I have to go get some water. Okay, so I'm going to spray just on the outer areas because I did put some ink in some of these spots. So we're just going to add some dots. I'm going to wipe it up real quick. The longer you let it sit, the more color you'll get lifted. The more ink you put down, same thing. And since I'm only putting a few drops down, it will lift up, won't wrinkle the paper too much is what I'm saying. I can't get my words out today. There we go. Boom. Okay. Let that dry, and then I'm going to bring in some pencil work and darken some areas that need to have a little bit more darkness on them. Okay, so we have this nice green yellowish color, and we have these little kind of splotchy effects that I got from the water on there. I'm just going to kind of outline them a little more so you can see them a tiny bit better. And then like in here, I'm just going to darken this up. Okay. Darken under him. Another little blob here. So you just pick and choose where you want it darker. And there's a little white spot, just kind of squiggle your arm around it and make it stand out more. And right up here, I want it really dark here. Then just go out. Squiggle those lines, maybe dark right under this one. Dark over here. You could be careful if it's not dry, you're going to rip your paper. Been there, done that. There's always a way to fix it though. Down in here a little darker, and down around the pumpkin. It's wet. There we go. I think we'll put a little stickles on her too, just to brighten her up a bit. Hopefully we have enough. We're going to do the pumpkins. Start with those. Center of these flowers. And maybe out on a few petals. Acorns. And maybe the acorn leaves. Okay, we're going to add a little bit into the wood. Okay, we have the spider web here, and I did not do anything with it. I'm just going to put the stickles on very lightly. Don't squeeze too hard, just squeeze it very gently and draw your lines. Here you can just do it real gently, or you can drag it from the lines you just made. But we're going to have the spider web sparkly. And then from him, all the way up. There we go. Now, since we're working upward, I'm going to put a little on this pumpkin, a little on this leaf, and on our hat. Coming up. Branch, this branch, our snail shell, her collar, ruffle around her sleeve, the wood coming through here, do a little on the frog. Just because he's cute. Little on this little guy. Just a bit on his tail, not much. Okay, this is part of that. Mushroom. Tiny bit in her hair. There we go. So there you are with the sparkles. I'll take the paper out behind, and if you wanted to know if the Distress ink bleeds, no, this is all the Copic markers. So even when you get the Distress ink wet, it still won't bleed through the paper unless you really douse it. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I will take a picture at the end without the bright shiny lights, and I hope I will get a little comment from you telling me that you thought it was okay. I don't know if you like all the sparkles or stuff, but I do. I don't know if you can even see them, but I think they're cool. Anyway, have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye now.